Tableau and Power BI are both modern BI platforms, but they are built on different architectural ideas. Tableau follows a visual-first client-server model. The desktop authoring tool talks to a data engine hyper or a live data source, and the server renders workbooks as interactive visual objects. Think of Tableau as a high-end paint studio where the artist, the user, picks the brush, the canvas, and the pigments first, then decides how to mix the paints. Power BI, by contrast, is a cloud-first service tightly integrated with Microsoft's ecosystem. Its desktop authoring tool, Power BI Desktop, builds a data model in the VertiPack in-memory engine, then publishes the model to the Power BI service for sharing. Imagine Power BI as a Swiss Army knife that already contains many built-in tools, connectors, AI insights, and collaboration features that work out of the box. Feature-wise, Tableau shines in granular visual controls, custom formatting, and a large library of third-party viz extensions. Power BI offers tighter Excel integration, built-in data preparation, Power Query, natural language Q&A, and lower licensing cost for organizations already using Microsoft 365. Both support web, mobile, and embedded consumption, but Tableau's server can be on-premise for strict data sovereignty, while Power BI is primarily SaaS with a hybrid gateway for on-premise data. Both tools start with connecting to data, but they take slightly different paths to get the data ready for analysis. Tableau can read from over 80 native connectors, databases, cloud services, flat files, and lets you use the data interpreter to clean Excel sheets automatically, similar to a kitchen helper that removes the crust before you slice the bread. Power BI uses Power Query M language for ETL. It provides a step-by-step applied steps pane that records every transformation like a recipe card. When you need to bring together tables, Tableau offers three concepts: joins, inner, left, right, full, which combine rows on matching keys, data, blends a primary and secondary data source that are linked at the view level, and relationships, logical connections that keep tables at grain, and let the engine decide the join type on the fly. Think of joins as stitching two pieces of fabric together before you cut the pattern, blends as laying two transparent sheets on top of each other to see overlapping parts, and relationships as telling the tailor these fabrics belong together, but only cut them when you actually need a piece. Power BI models use relationships one-to-many, many-to-many defined. In the model view, the engine automatically propagates filters across the graph. For more complex scenarios, you can create calculated tables or use DAX functions like TRATAS to simulate joins. Both platforms also support custom SQL or native queries for pre-aggregated data, which is useful when the source system can push down heavy calculations. Choosing the right chart is like picking the correct vehicle for a road trip. You need a car for highways, a bike for narrow lanes, and a truck for heavy loads. Tableau and Power BI share a core set of visual types: bar, line, area, scatter, map, heat map, waterfall, and funnel, but each has its own strengths. Bar column charts are the workhorse for comparing categorical values, for example, sales by product line. Use stacked bars when you want to show part to whole across categories, but avoid too many segments. It becomes a pie chart in bars. Line charts excel at trend analysis over time, for example, monthly revenue. Add a reference line for target or dual axis to overlay volume and price. Scatter plots reveal correlation and outliers, for example, advertising spend versus sales. Adding a trend line, linear regression, helps quantify the relationship, y equals beta 0 plus beta 1x. Maps are essential for geography-based decisions, such as store coverage or regional profit. Tableau's built-in map layers let you show density, while Power BI's shape map can render custom boundaries. Heat maps, a matrix of colors, are great for performance grids. For example, product category versus month, turning numerical intensity into color saturation. Waterfall charts visualize incremental contribution to a total. For example, profit margin buildup from revenue, cost of goods, and operating expense. Funnel charts are used in conversion rate analysis, leads to opportunities to wins. Selection criteria should consider date, a grain, storytelling goal, and audience literacy. Simple bar for executives, scatter for analysts, map for regional managers. Both tools let you create custom visuals, Tableau extensions, Power BI Marketplace, when standard charts don't fit a niche need. A calculated field is a formula you add to your dataset that computes a new column on the fly. In Tableau, you write it in a syntax similar to Excel, while PowerBI uses DAX data analysis expressions. Tableau example profit margin. Profit margin equals sum of profit divided by sum of sales. This divides total profit by total sales, returning a decimal like 0.23, which is 23%. Level of detail LOD expressions let you fix the granularity of a calculation independent of the view. 3 types exist. Fixed LOD, fixed region : sum of sales gives sales per region even if your visual breaks down by product. Include LOD, include product : average of discount averages discount at product level and then rolls up. Exclude LOD, exclude month : sum of revenue removes month from the aggregation, useful for year-to-date calculations. PowerBI DAX example CAGR compound annual growth rate. CAGR equals var start value equals calculate sum of sales where year date equals minimum year date. Var end value equals calculate sum of sales where year date equals maximum year date. Var years equals maximum year date minus minimum year date. Return if years equals 0, then blank else open parenthesis power of end value divided by start value to the power of 1 over years close parenthesis minus 1. This formula follows the mathematical definition CAGR equals open parenthesis final value divided by initial value close parenthesis to the power of 1 over n minus 1. Financial formulas are easy to translate. EBITDA equals sum of operating income plus sum of depreciation plus sum of amortization. ROI equals open parenthesis sum of net profit minus sum of investment close parenthesis divided by sum of investment. Running total Tableau, running sum of sales. Running total DAX, calculate sum of sales, filter all selected date where date is less than or equal to maximum date. Understanding the context, row level versus aggregated is crucial. Otherwise, you may divide a sum by a sum that is already filtered, leading to misleading results. Storytelling in BI is similar to building a narrative movie. You need a clear plot, scenes, and a climax. Tableau's story feature lets you arrange a series of worksheets or dashboards as chapters with captions, guiding the viewer step by step. Power BI offers report pages and the newer Power BI app navigation to mimic chapters. The Z pattern, place the most important KPI in the top left, then move eyes diagonally to secondary insights, mimicking how people scan a newspaper. Use white space like margins in a book. It prevents visual clutter and improves readability. Consistent color palette, assign a brand-approved palette. Use a single hue for positive trends and another for negative, avoiding rainbow overload. Interactive filters, slicers, Power BI, or filter actions Tableau. Let the audience explore what-if scenarios without leaving the page. Tooltips with context, embed mini charts or explanatory text that appear on hover, adding depth without crowding the main view. Annotations, call-outs, or reference lines highlight thresholds. For example, budget line, helping decision makers see deviations instantly. Ask a question first. For example, which product line lost margin this quarter, and then choose the visual that answers it. Start broad, then drill down, a high-level bar chart of total profit, then a drill through to regional profit tables. Provide actionable insight. End the story with a recommendation slide that links the visual evidence to a business decision. Both tools let you publish to a shared workspace where executives can comment, ensuring the story evolves with stakeholder feedback. Explanation. Performance in Tableau and Power BI is like tuning a car engine. You can change fuel data, gears query, or exhaust visual rendering to get smoother speed. Extracts versus live connections. Tableau extracts hyper files or column store snapshots that reduce round-trip queries. Power BI import mode does the same with a compressed vert-pack model. Use extracts when source systems are slow or you need offline workbooks. Query folding. In Power Query Power BI, the engine translates M steps into native SQL that runs on the database, pushing filters, joins, and aggregations back to the source. Tableau Native Connector also tries to push down calculations, but it is more limited. You may need to write custom SQL to guarantee folding. Data engine tuning. Columnar storage. Both Hyper and vert-pack store data column-wise, enabling fast compression and scan. Keep column cardinality low, for example, use integer keys instead of long strings to improve compression ratios. Aggregations. Create summary tables, for example monthly sales, and point the model to them. This reduces row counts for common queries. Incremental refresh. Instead of reloading the whole dataset, only append new rows Power BI or use Tableau incremental refresh with a filter on a date field. Best practice tips. Number 1, limit the number of columns and rows in extracts. Drop unused fields. Number 2, use calculated fields sparingly. Push calculations to the source when possible. Number 3, avoid high cardinality dimensions in filters. For example, filtering on customer ID for millions of rows. Number 4, use Performance Recorder Tableau or Performance Analyzer Power BI to capture query times and pinpoint bottlenecks. Number 5, for dashboards, limit the number of visual objects up to 10 per view. Each extra chart adds a separate query. Applying these techniques keeps load times under 5 seconds, which research shows maintains user engagement. Security and governance are the locks and keys that protect business data while allowing collaboration. Row-level security (RLS). In Tableau, RLS is implemented via user filters or data source filters that map a user or group to a dimension value, for example region equals EMEA. You can also use calculated fields like if username equals Alice then region end to restrict data. Power BI uses roles defined in the model. A DAX filter like region equals EMEA is attached to the role. When a user is assigned the role, every query automatically includes that filter. Publishing and collaboration. Tableau Server Online lets you publish workbooks, set project permissions, and schedule extract refreshes. Versioning is handled by the server's revision history. You can revert to a previous workbook version. Power BI service uses workspaces, My Workspace, shared workspaces, where you publish reports and datasets. Collaboration features include comments, data alerts, and app deployment for end users. Power BI also integrates with OneDrive, SharePoint for source control like versioning. Governance. Data catalogs. Tableau's metadata API and Power BI's data flows with Power Platform Data Catalog allow data stewards to document source lineage, sensitivity labels, and usage metrics. Sensitivity and classification. Microsoft Information Protection can tag Power BI datasets. Tableau can use data source tags or integrate with Azure AD conditional access for compliance. Audit trails. Both platforms log who accessed which report and when. Tableau's server logs and Power BI's audit logs available via the Office 365 Security and Compliance Center are essential for regulatory audits. Collaboration mechanics. Comments and annotations. Power BI allows threaded comments on report pages. Tableau offers discussion threads on workbooks. Subscriptions and alerts. Users can subscribe to emailed snapshots both or set data-driven alerts when a KPI crosses a threshold. By combining RLS, proper workspace permissions, and audit monitoring, organizations can safely share insights while meeting governance requirements. Case 1 - Profit Margin Trend. A retailer wants to see the quarterly profit margin trend for FY 2023. The data model contains sales, cost of goods sold, COGS, and quarter. Create a calculated field, Tableau, or measure, Power BI. Tableau: profit equals sum of sales minus sum of COGS. Tableau: profit margin equals profit divided by sum of sales. Power BI DAX: profit equals sum of sales minus sum of COGS. Power BI DAX: profit margin equals divide profit by sum of sales. Build a line chart with quarter on the x-axis and profit margin on the y-axis. Interpretation. If the line shows a dip from Q2.28 to Q3.19 and recovers in Q4.26, the answer should discuss possible causes, for example inventory write-downs, and a recommendation, review Q3 pricing. Case 2 - Cohort analysis of customer retention. A subscription service wants to analyze the 6-month retention of customers who joined in January 2023. Create a cohort ID based on the month of first purchase. Power BI DAX: cohort month equals format of minimum X filter fact sales, where fact sales customer ID equals earlier fact sales customer ID. Fact sales order date year - month. Tableau: fixed customer ID: minimum date truncate month order date, named cohort month. Calculate month since acquisition. DAX: months since equals date difference between cohort month and date add month 0 order date month. Tableau: date difference month cohort month order date. Retention rate for each month equals count of customers in month n divided by count of customers in cohort month 0. DAX measure: retention equals divide calculate distinct count of sales customer ID filter all sales where sales months since equals selected value month number. Calculate distinct count of sales customer ID where sales month since equals 0. Tableau: calculated field: retention equals count distinct customer ID divided by total count distinct customer ID with a table calculation that partitions by cohort month. Display: use a heat map where rows are cohort month, columns are month since, and cell color shows retention percent. Answer: if retention drops to 40% by month 6, suggest a loyalty program or targeted email campaign. Practicing these scenarios reinforces the use of calculated fields, LOD/DAX, and appropriate visual